Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, I cannot believe it's Friday. Wow. What a week. This is Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's last episode, I guess, of Cricut Chat, our card extravaganza that we've been doing. And it's been a week. We have done so many cards this week. I was trying to add them all up yesterday. I think we're at like 20. I think we did at least 3 a day, 1, 2, times 5. So I think we're at 20 or so cards that we did. So I think people are going to be busy trying out all of these wonderful cards that we've done this week. Good morning to everyone. Hi, David. Hi, Penny. Hi, Tara. And also I saw Emmy. Hi, Emmy. And Dawn, Rhonda. Good morning to you all. And welcome. I hope that you've started your crafting for the weekend. I love the idea someone said last week that Friday is your craft day. You take the day off to do crafts all on Friday. I love that idea. And so I appreciate that very much. So I wanted to come on today to do these really interesting cards. I call them surprise inside cards because when you open them up, there are all these little things that you can play with, kind of like the How Do I Love Thee heart, but they're all shaped the same way. And here is one of the 3 that we're going to be doing. Look at this. You're going to just love it, right? It's a toolbox, right? So it opens up like this, and there are actually little tools inside, and it says Happy Father's Day, and there are these little paper made tools in here. I just think it's so cute, and especially for a dad that, it's hard to buy, all those dad cards that are in there. It kind of was always hard. My dad never golfed or sailed or, he was not a race car driver guy. So like all the cards that growing up when we would buy them for him were just not appropriate. Or ducks. Have you ever noticed that maybe because fishing or something, he didn't fish, he didn't hunt, he didn't do all that, golfing, sailing, all that. He was a tool guy. He loved to fix things. He loved to dabble. And I just think if he were around today, this would be a really awesome card. Has a belly band on it. And it's just so cute. Whoops. It's just so cute the way that it opens up. So it has the belly band to hold it all closed. And look at how it turns into a box, like here on the sides. And it just folds like this. And there are even like on the inside, there's little things as well. And then even the handles. Just so cute, right? So if you like this, you're going to like the next one, which is I suppose, for all of the star-crossed lovers out there, or people who like to just go out and picnic. It's a picnic basket, and it has these, I think the belly bands for these are not just decorative because there's a lot inside here. So here you go. So it looks like a basket, and look here on the side. It's got basket looking to it. It has a blanket, a checkered blanket, and a little napkin, which I'm assuming would have your message in there, right? And wait till you see this. All these little pieces in here. So there's some grapes. There's a watermelon. What's this one? It's stuck on there. This one is, a pretzel, a bottle of wine, some bread, some toast with grape jelly on it, a hot dog with mustard. I don't know what this is. I think it might be a bagel with cream cheese on it, and broccoli. So it has all these little things in here. Just so cute. Just really cute, really kind of a thoughtful thing. And again, I think that you could probably put your sentiment on the inside of that. I think that's what that's for. But look at just how darling it is. Just really the kind of thing where when you give it to someone, they're going to want to show it to everybody. Oh, happy birthday. No ants. No ants. So here is the belly bands. What question? I saw your question. Did not understand. What question, honey? What were you asking? I know the broccoli is funny. I think that the toast with jam is kind of interesting too. I don't know who would bring, I think a chicken would have been nice in there, chicken leg or something like that. But anyway, so just so cute and just so all the little details, so darling. Picnic broccoli. Of course, everyone brings picnic broccoli. And it's just so cute. I suppose you could make your own little things. So you can make your own little things. And the third one, which is kind of smaller, and there are actually 4 of these. I did not do this one, didn't have time with all of the hubbub from yesterday. I did not do this one, but I think I will do it later. But the third one that I did do is this box of chocolates. So this is a belly band that actually crosses like this, opens up. It's smaller, but it's so cute, right? So it opens up like this, and it has this little thing which I wrote on. It says, "You are sweeter than candy," but that's me. I wrote that. And it has all of these chocolates. I glued them on the inside because I didn't know if people would want to take those out, but I just thought, so cute. Look at the decorations on the side. I used some patterned paper for the inside of it, and I love the way these just fold here. They remind me of a gatefold card, but they're actually become a box. So this whole idea could be taken for other things, other ideas that you might want to do if you just follow the box. And that's the other thing that I wanted to mention. It's like, you don't have to make these exactly. If you don't think that broccoli should be part of a picnic or you want to do, I don't know, a box full of toys or something else. I don't know. Maybe like a box like this that would be for moving, that would have different things that you'd put in there for moving, and happy moving day or happy new house or something like that. I think that there's a lot to play with when you learn a technique and then you start to put your own little creative spin on it, So we're going to go over those today and talk about that technique. And then I also wanted to, and remember today's Friday, so it's 3D Friday, which is why I saved these for today. But I also wanted to touch base on the big announcement yesterday, which was for the Cricut mug press. And so if you hadn't had a chance to talk about it or see that in action, I did do a little demo of it, and will continue to do more demos as I learn more about it. It won't be released to stores. It should not be released to stores until March 11th. And so if you see it on Cricut and it shows out of stock, which that's a possibility that it will show out of stock. It just simply means it's not yet released. They don't release them, but they like to put them on there so you could see that they're there, So come March 11th, I don't know what time, but come March 11th, the product will be available both in the stores and online. Now, because it's a machine, you won't be able to use my code to get any discount off of the press itself, but my code will work for things like mugs and infusible ink. Plus, remember, you also get, if you're an Premier Access member, you'll get 20% off on infusible ink and the mugs as well. So no discounts, at least for the first few months anyway, of the mug press. So people were asking about that yesterday. And it will also be released worldwide, I believe. I'm trying to get those details, and I will get back to you for the people in Australia and in the UK and other places, so that you will be able to have these as well for you. So the mug press is really kind of an interesting thing, and I did a little demo yesterday, and I wanted to point out that you will be able to use it's only good for infusible ink, because remember, with infusible ink, it really infuses into the product. So that means it's 100% dishwasher safe. It's safe to put your lips on. Somebody asked about that yesterday. And it's safe for the dishwasher, safe for no, they don't ever do pre-orders. They don't ever do pre-orders on Cricut anyway. It's just something that they only do. Well, okay, so here, let me just get over the, you can only do 2 cup sizes. So there are 2 cup sizes. There's this one, the 15-ounce one, which I did with my pens. I messed it up a little, but I still love it, because see here, kind of ghosted a little bit, but I still love it. So this is the 15-ounce, and this is the 12-ounce. Like this. Now, so people have been asking, well, could you put different size cups in there? The thing about it is that I'm not sure. Are there bigger cups than even here? I mean, I'm sure there are like really big ones, but kind of standard cups. It doesn't seem to me the width is really what people are looking for, but they'd rather have the height, because if I've seen some like latte mugs, and just to kind of, you would be able to use other mugs besides the Cricut mugs in the mug press. But you need to make sure that those mugs are Sublimation blank compatible. So what that means is that there's a coating on the mug, okay? So this is like a coating on the mug. So when you do sublimation or infusible ink, which is like a sublimation, it will really get in and on that mug. So that means a few things. One, you can't use iron-on or vinyl or anything like that on the mugs, okay? It's only for infusible ink or sublimation. And sublimation is not something that we've gotten into too much, but I have some plans to figure it out a little bit so you can see what that is all about. Sublimation, it requires you to have a dedicated printer that has only the ink for sublimation. And then what you would do is it's kind of like print then cut, but it's just, you would just print it on a sublimation paper, and then you'd have to mirror it, and then you would put it on either your mug or on your shirt or wherever you're putting on it. So this, just for people who are already into sublimation, yeah, this would work. Okay. The mug press would work for sublimation, but and as far as the 2 sizes go, it is important that they are blanks for sublimation, and the straight-sided mug, not the kind of mug that is sort of like curved is going to work best. But I can imagine people will come up with different hacks for that, and somebody asks, well, can you put this in there? Can you put that in there? If it is designed as a sublimation mug, and you can get the design within the parameter of the mug itself, then it will work. You know what I mean? And so there's that. So that's it. And someone did ask me about about the coasters. So I grabbed this coaster, and as far as this is the little coaster, and actually it looks really good when you're covering your coffee to keep it hot, So that's a little coaster with the little mug with the coaster, and here is the big mug with the coaster. Almost doesn't fit, but it still would cover that. So there you go. Okay. And let's see. So there's all of that information and we'll do some kinds of different demos, like people want to see how to do the writing, and can you do freestyle writing? Yes, you can. The only thing about the freestyle writing is that you do have to be aware of the fact, okay, Teddy, aware of the fact that it's going to be mirrored in the end, right? Because so if you have, say, for instance, your kids doing something freehand, if they're going to write their name, it will be backwards. So you can maybe show them how to do that by mirroring it, or combine their hand drawing with something done on the Cricut. Okay, and as far as ideas for making mugs, there's tons under projects, there's tons under images. You would simply go to under images, you would just simply look for mug, and it will show you all kinds of, after you start scrolling down. If you go under mug, here are some of the beautiful mug wraps, and you'll notice that there are two. So right now, that's because there are different sizes. So right now there's small, and then there's large. So you'll see here, this is the exact same thing, but that's small. And then here, this one is large. But if you didn't want to come up with your own design, which obviously you could change these designs any way you like. And that's what I did for, the writing one. I used this one. The drawn flowers, or you can go to projects, and under projects, all categories, you will see a couple of designs here, so they can act as, inspiration. The other thing I noticed too is that there are some gift boxes in here, which would lend itself to even more creativity that you wouldn't necessarily have to have the mug press for if you just want to give somebody a mug. So there's the basic design set up, and then there's a bunch of other ones here. Okay, so that's all that I'm going to say about that, but let's go back to our canvas and talk about these cards. Oh, before we get to that point, let me also tell you that tomorrow is our Zoom call, is our monthly Zoom call. It is at 7:00 Eastern time. And that's March 6th, 7:00 Eastern time. And I will post, I'm going to do it right after this call. I'm going to post the link to the Zoom. You do not need the Zoom software to do this. All you would need to do is click on the link or copy and paste it into a browser. And you're welcome. Everybody's welcome to come. There may be some limitations as far as time and number of people, but that seems to be changing a lot with the Zoom folks. So there's sort of that. So we're going to do that every month, and this month for March, it's on Saturday. There's a theme. The theme is spring, or anything having to do with spring. Flowers, or leprechauns, or shamrocks, or eggs, or whatever that might be spring-like, or even just color, wear something pastel or something like that, because you'll be on camera. And do not be concerned. Everybody looks weird everybody looks weird, including myself, looks weird on Zoom, and it's something you just have to get used to. I know from my generation, this is a very difficult thing, to be on like your face on video, but if you don't talk, or if you just keep your mute button on, you'll get small. And when you talk, that's when your face comes up on the camera, right? And I will also video that, so that way for people on Facebook can see it if they can't get on, okay? And then we can share it as well. Let's see. So the theme is spring, and the topic is your very favorite. It's going to be like share your favorite project. So even, if you didn't have a favorite project yet, or you're just getting started, that's okay. But I wanted to encourage people, because I keep seeing all these wonderful creations. Nancy just shared a bunch that she did. I know Rosio is very prolific and sends cards to everyone. So anybody that wants to bring and just do a little show and tell and what their favorite project is, that's the theme, okay? And we will have prizes. We will have prizes too. Okay, and then we will also have Cricut Brunch Edition on Sunday at 3:00, and that will be all about the joy. I think I might be doing an unboxing of my joy bundle that I just got. I want to show you what you get in that bundle. I got the card making bundle, so I think I'm going to be showing you that on Sunday. And then let's see, starting next week, we're going to be doing all kinds of crafts for Easter and for St. Patrick's Day, and for spring. Lots of flowers, lots of bright colors, because even in New England, it's starting to look a little bit like spring, which I'm pretty excited about. Okay. Hi, everyone. Anyway, I didn't get a chance to say hi to everyone, but I'm so glad you're here. And let us go over these cards, okay? So where do we find them? So I'm going to start off from scratch, because that's kind of where you'll be at. So I want to show you how to do this. Now, I understand that not everybody uses their computer to craft with their Cricut. Sometimes they use iPads, sometimes iPhones. One of the things that I'm running into as a problem, and that I'm seeing a lot of questions about, is about your machine selection. So just so that you know, wherever you happen to pull up your design space, you need to make sure when you're doing these projects, you need to make sure that your machine selection is on either Maker or Explore. Now, even if you do not have a Maker or Explore, you're going to want to do that, or else you won't see all of the images that are in Design Space. It's a weird thing about Design Space, but they don't want to. I don't know what the deal is. I honestly don't know what the deal is, and I keep asking them to change it. But the point is that when you click on here, and this is like the triple, like they call that a hamburger. So when you click on there, you need to, not there. I'm sorry. That's in the iOS app. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see that there's a drop-down machine selection. So it says optimize experience for and you have to choose Joy, Maker, or Explore. Now, in this case, it really doesn't matter Maker or Explore, except that with the Maker, there are those extra tools that that are available. So that would be the only real difference between that and the Explore. But the Joy, much different, doesn't have any of those tools. And for some reason, they have restricted images, okay, and projects even. So if I had on here, for example, if I had on the Joy, and then I went to images, and I went to look for our cards in those images by going to image set, if I type in the word crazy, it does not show our crazy cool cards, right? It doesn't show. And so you're not going insane if you're like, I can't find these images, Rita. But what you need to do is to go back and change it to either Maker or Explore, and then you will finally see those cards, okay? So remember, we're working from Cricut, the Crazy Cool and the Crazy Cute cards. We've done almost all of these cards. There are a few that I have not done, but some people are trying them out, like the purses. Now these are older image sets, so that means that you can go to a browser and type in cricut.com cricut.com/handbooks, just like this, and you will happen upon this sort of spreadsheet that will give you the name of the set, and if there's a handbook, it will say open in this area. So I have done that here. This is for the Crazy Cute cards, which is one of, we're going to do this one from the Crazy Cute cards. And this one is from the Crazy Cool cards that has that. So this is a really helpful tool if when you're putting this together, you don't know what to do. So, all right, let's go back to our to Canvas and look for these cards. There are 4, as I mentioned. There's this one, which is the picnic basket. And then there is this one with the question marks for a birthday. And then under Crazy Cute cards, there's the Father's Day one and the candy one. So this is the candy one. It doesn't show the inside. And then here is the Father's Day one. So you would just go and select whichever ones you want. And again, I'll give you the file for this, okay? So that you can do, you can just click on it, save it to your version. They all come with envelopes, which is great. They tend to be a pretty regular size. So let me just show you how. Let's do this one, okay? So there's the picnic basket, and I would suggest that you resize it because right here, even though it says up here a width of 16 inches, it's really not going to be that, right? Because it's only going to cut these pieces. Oh, the dogs are so excited because the contractor's here today and he's playing ball with them. Okay, so these are the pieces that you would use, but you have to ungroup them, okay? And then start to pile them on top of each other and do my little trick, which is you're moving them all together. You're making it as small as you can, so that way you can get a real size to it. And so the biggest thing on there will be the envelope, and it will peek out under there, but just kind of make a nice small pile and then group it together. And go on up to your width, and that width is going to be the widest part of this project because of the little handles on the end. And I did these I think I did them at 10.5. or possibly 11, around there, somewhere between 10 and 11. Remember, the maximum you can go is 11 and a half before you would go to a new, to a bigger mat. And so the other mat is 12 by 24. And then it's just a straight cut. There is some scoring here, and using the scoring wheel would work and is good, but you can still use your regular scoring stylus if you have the Explore. I didn't cut these on Intricate Cut, but there is a lot of cutting, and it does take a while, especially the basket with all of these little pieces. And so your floor will be covered with Cricut glitter for for a while until you can sort of mop it all up. Now, the same thing, it's just all the same thing here. I'm just going to move all of this over. Let me just get rid of it, actually. Okay, so the Father's Day one is... okay, it accidentally, sorry. Okay, so we're going to ungroup the Father's Day one. I can make it a little bigger so you can see what I'm doing. So here's the Father's Day one, and the envelope is there, and then you have these pieces. Really, really just an adorable card. So we're just grouping it all like in a pile, and then we can make the width 11 or whatever we choose to make it, so that when you do it this way, it will make sure that all your pieces are sized for each other, but also it allows you to make your image bigger. So for instance, let's just move this. For this, if you simply did this, where you would resize it, it could cause problems. And of course it could cause problems like that. And it's hard to judge what the final size of your card's going to be. So ungrouping it, and then sort of, if you want the envelope, I don't like 2-piece envelopes, but ungrouping it and sort of making sure everything appears together. This one actually is there like this, is a better way to resize. Now, this one here is smaller than the other two because it has these handle pieces here, and then also this, but has these handle pieces here. So that's something to consider. You can also consider moving that arrow to being facing down this way if you want to make it bigger than what I did. And then the fourth one, which I didn't make yet, is this cute. It's very cute. I just didn't get around to making it with all of the stuff going on yesterday. And it is this one. It is, it's very vibrant. You can do it in all these primary colors. And what it is it's like, it's got a bracket with a question mark, like, well, how old are you kind of thing. And, it has all these little balloons that you could make. And I had envisioned when I was going to make it that these would work out with our party foil. And so, so that was a thought that I had given to this one. I just haven't gotten around to making it, but I think it would be awful cute, and I'd love to see if somebody else makes it, what they end up with. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to just group it all together and size it from there. And again, this is the width, 11, around 10 or 11. And just so that you can see how this cuts out. So the main piece is going to take up the bulk of your project, but I used a lot of scraps for these. And so, this is in white, and let's see, you could probably move this white piece to this white. I think it would work. Yeah, if you move a couple of these balloons, all right? So to save yourself some space, but like these little pieces here, These could all be moved, and you can use the snap mat if you're using an iOS, or you could also just save yourself by using scraps, right? And so there you go. So there's yellow, there's this green. I don't know why this green is coming up as separate, so I would move this over here and then just cut it all out. Now, some of the pieces are small, so you might want to go with intricate cut. Remember that cardstock for intricate cut? You might want to do that because for things like this, it could cause headaches if you try to do it just on the regular medium cardstock, okay? So I'm not going to cut. I know I realize I have not cut things out today and this week. And so I apologize for that. But I think putting them together is the hardest part of this. So I would rather assume that you guys know how to cut the things out and or how to size it. We did that. But putting together, it seems to me like can be the hardest part. So let's get down on the mat on my work mat, which needs to be clean, by the way. It's covered in glue. And let's start putting these together. Okay. So here is the what you call it? Picnic basket. Sorry, I have trouble sometimes with words. And so it has these two adorable little bands that you do need. These are called belly bands. And you will need it to keep that card closed. And it opens up like this. It's so adorable, right? It's got all of this detail here. Just so cute. In the little handles. And it is sort of a box. And then inside this is a napkin, a little oversized, not exactly to scale, but I think this is a place where you could put a sentiment, and you could even cut it out in, say, black vinyl, like we've done before, and just something, maybe, I don't know, enjoy or happy anniversary, or I don't know, just kind of fun. And then it has this checkered blanket here and all of our little things like our wine and our picnic broccoli and everything. So let's put this together. All right, so there are all the pieces. I'm going to put those aside and we're going to talk about, this is the main piece, okay? And you'll see it has scoring here, a lot of scoring on these ends. So you're going to, I like to score everything first and then go back to put it together. Usually I put pieces, and I will do that. Oops, this doesn't belong here. Okay, so I score going both ways just because I like the flexibility it gives to the paper. It's like you're training the paper for both ways, and I just like it because it seems sharper that way. So we're just going through, and you see this is kind of in a point here, and we will do it this way, right? Because everybody wants broccoli and a picnic, right? Picnic broccoli. Oh, funny. You guys are funny. Okay, and then you'll have to fold here and fold right here. Okay, that's going to create, it's almost like a gatefold type of a situation where it's going to actually fold in on the box. So do go ahead and sort of, if you like it that way, fold it both directions so that it's very flexible, and you'll be able to open it and close it without having any problems there. So here it is, all folded, you see. So I have this top and this bottom here. Oh, thank you. I did Easter. I wanted to do Easter colors because I can't believe Easter is in like 4 weeks. Okay, so here we're going to assume this is the front or the inside of the card. And we have to put our pieces, so we're going to flip it over. We have to put our two pieces that create that nice patterny look. And this would be a nice thing to ink, I think, especially if you're into inking. And I also want to mention, because I mentioned it yesterday, and my good friend, Alay Dracari, ended up sending me, a question about it. I have come across some cute little things. If anybody's ever gotten some alcohol markers, I know that they were really big a couple of years ago. And so I found a really cute Easter project that we're going to do with alcohol markers. And you don't have to have a lot of them, just some of the basic colors. So we're going to do like kind of a stained glass Easter eggs and some chicks and bunnies and stuff like that with alcohol markers and acetate. So if you happen to have them, go to your stash and dig them out, okay? Because we're going to work on something with that. I'm actually ordered some because I can't find my others in my stash. So I had to order another set of them. Okay, so on the back, we put these, and now we'll start to build the actual basket. So here is the checkered, the tablecloth or whatever. So we're going to glue this to that white piece. And here we go. If you're new to me and you wonder what glue that I'm using, this is called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. If you need to order it, there is a link. There will be a link in the description of the video once we're done with the live. And you can order it on Amazon. You can also order it directly from Barely Art. The links are from Amazon, from mine. And the other, if you're wondering, I must have this glue. No, it's not a necessity, but it's a real nice glue. And it's great because it has precision tips. And we've talked about it many times, but I always have to remind people because they do ask me. Okay, so there is the little rug or tablecloth or whatever you want to call it, your picnic blanket. Yes, your picnic blanket. So this goes here just like this. And now all of the rest of this gets put in there, and I've put them in loose. So I'll put those together at the end, but just so you can see, this is the piece where you might put a cute little saying, enjoy, or happy anniversary, as we mentioned. So I kept all the little foodie things loose. And so then we're just going to fold up the basket itself. Now, as far as where the wings of the basket should go, sometimes I would put them on the outside, but since I already put that there, you can also put it on the inside, just like this, you see? And the way that this is going to fold is the arrow is going to point in, and then these pieces come like this, right? And then it's going to fold like this and like this. Now, you can, if you wanted to, put your glue right here on this, on all four pieces, and just fold it on itself. I probably do that because that seems like it's a lot easier. Or you can individually glue them. It's up to you. I think what I'll do is I'll just show you this part so that you can understand what I mean. So here are the pieces. I'm gluing these flaps. Okay? And then I'm going to make sure these are in and press down like this. I should also mention that these handles are supposed to stick up too. They've got a little score. Okay, so press down, and then voila, voila, there is your box. Is that not stinking adorable. Oh my God, so cute. And it lends itself. Now I cut this at like 10 or so, 10 to 11, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 inches. So this would go in a 5 by 7 inch envelope if you size it for a if you size it for like around 10 or 11 inches for the total pieces. Okay, so then we're just going to put together the food and the belly bands. So the belly bands are super easy. We'll do that last, actually. And then the food, it just it all has like white on the bottom, just kind of give it some heft. And I still can't figure out what this is, but I'm assuming it might be a bagel. But I did scratch my head on that one. The watermelon has actually 4 pieces. It's white, green, white, and then the red, like that. So the white around it is just kind of an offset layer to give it some heft. The hot dog is this piece that looks like a really pretty tab. And then it has this brown piece, the hot dog, and the mustard. And there's, of course, our broccoli, picnic broccoli, because everybody likes picnic broccoli. And there you go. And then our bread, which is a slice of bread. I think it should have been a baguette, but okay. So it's a slice of bread. And then, of course, we have jelly on that because everybody eats jellied bread, whatever. And then there's also this one, which is let me just make sure that I have it right, going the right way. Okay, the grapes. And then the last piece being the wine, which has a cute little top to it like this. And you could even, if you wanted to get real clever, you could even write in something there if you wanted to. Or you have your machine do it even if you wanted to. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to glue all these little pieces in together and pop them into the inside. I just think this is such an adorable card that I would probably find a gazillion people to give it to just because I really loved making it. It was so cute. There's my bagel. Maybe it's a bundt cake. I don't know. A pretzel with a piece of corgi hair sticking on it, of course. Because even if you go on a picnic, the corgis have to come with. And there's my pretzel. And my wine bottle. And as I mentioned, I used a lot of scraps because when I was making these cards all week, I just keep all my scraps. I don't know how you guys do it, but I keep all my scraps. And then once a year, I keep them, and sometimes I'll just, use them for projects. And then once a year, I take them and organize them all, and I give them to local school children. I used to give it to the schools, but the schools got so that they couldn't keep up with all my scraps. But they love it because I have like a couple of moms that, do a lot of crafts with their kids, and they can have a lot of scraps, leftover scraps, to make whatever they want to make. Kind of a cool thing. But I do try to use the scraps as well. I just never throw them out. Okay, bread with jam. Hot dogs next. And the hot dog goes on this kind of cutesy little thing. Hi. And here's the hot dog. So if you wanted to get really fancy, you could go and find your own things that you want to put in there. If perhaps you want to do a chicken instead of hot dogs or something, then there you go, right? Oops, a little too tiny bit more glue on there. And there we go. And then the watermelon, which I mentioned, has 4 pieces. So it goes on that white background like this. And then the white for, I guess, around the rind. So I put it up close there. And then this. Not nearly as authentic because it doesn't have the black like our other watermelon project. And then, of course, our broccoli, our picnic broccoli. Okay. And all of those go in there. I did not secure them like I did with the chocolates, but you might decide you want to secure them like that. And then we're going to take our 2 pieces that are the belly band, and they do have score lines. And for someone, Susan will probably ask me, did I change the size of these? And I did not need to. So I think it was just those other ones that were sort of afterthoughts, and they just did not make them big enough. So this is the way they would go on here. You'd flip it over, and don't glue it super tight, but glue it, you know, a little taut, so that way it holds the whole card together. So you do that one, and then this one, flip over, and of course it came undone. But you can, you'll have more patience than me. Of course you will. And you can wait until they dry like that. Not super tight, but taut enough that it holds the whole card together. And then you just put it in the envelope. Is that, oh, my broccoli's trying to get out of that. My broccoli's trying to escape. Even it knows it doesn't belong in the picnic basket. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so there we go. Just super cute. I can think of a gazillion people to give this to. It's just so clever. Maybe even like a happy summer card, or I know we used to go up to, you know, this historic area. So we used to go up to the Crane Estate in Ipswich and watch fireworks on the 4th of July, and we would take a picnic with us. So, you know, this would be something that, you know, you could send this to a friend that you maybe do a picnic with, looking forward to our picnic, or even an invitation. I don't know. It's just a really fun card. So, and the belly bands really hold it all together. And then look at the little handles. Just so cute, right? So there is that one. The next one up is the Father's Day toolkit, and I love the belly band. Look at that. It's a tape measure. It has these little handles, and you see all of these really wonderful details, and it opens up like this. Now look on the side, and on the inside here is, you know, a couple of tools, and then you have these 3 tools that are pretty accurate, I think. You know, get the pliers and the wrench and the hammer, and then on the inside it says Happy Father's Day and has all these other little tools. Just perfect for a dad like my dad was, that wanted, you know, that you wanted to say, hey, Happy Father's Day, but they just weren't into all the typical guy stuff like golfing, fishing, hunting. Just perfect for my dad. I wish I could give that to him. So let me show you how this goes together. Very similar to the picnic basket. It has one main piece. And that's the one that has all the scoring. So let's go ahead and score it up. And remember, we have these little side folds. That's going to create that box. Okay, so we're going to fold it everywhere we need to fold. And we'll fold it going the opposite way too, so that it's just kind of flexible. Okay, and on the side, and it actually gets folded here as well. Okay, let's fold it back also. Flip it over, do the other box side. And this gets folded here. And by the way, if you wanted to create your own thing, like you don't want to do a tulle thing, or you want to, I don't know, do a, like I mentioned, like a toy box or a flower basket or something like that, you could use just this plain thing. It's so very like normal looking, not normal, but basic looking, before you start putting all the pieces together. So if you had a different idea, maybe like a basket of flowers for mom, that would be also another idea. So, okay, we've got to put our decorations on here before we start gluing. On the back, we're going to be putting these pieces. All right. And so let's get those on there real quick. Okay, there's that one. And this one. You know, as I think about it, this would look really cute with like flowers that you could, you know, I know there's some really fun flower images as well. So you could cut this out kind of like the picnic basket type of thing. Okay, so on the inside, we're going to put in, these are going to be on the side. So we put in our screwdriver and our wrench. And then on the inside middle, it's two pieces, you see. And that way you get the yellow and the black effect there. So let's glue those in. And you guys will do it much, you know, much better. You'll do better, and put all the glue where it needs to go so that you'll get a good adherence to that. Let's glue that onto the bottom of the card. There we go. And this one here didn't cut out the little place for the rivet. So this is, once you figure out the fold on this, it's just putting together a card. It's really not difficult at all. Now, in this case, I just did something, it's a mistake. And I just realized it, right? Because I put these pieces in here, I won't be able to fold it correctly. So I'm going to lift those up, and then I'm going to do the fold, okay? So don't do it the way I just did it, okay? So I'm going to do the folds in, right, like this. Then I'm going to do my glue onto these tabs. Then I can come back and put my stuff, my screwdriver and my wrench, okay? So I'm going to take my flap, fold it over here, just like this. See, that's the way it looks. Okay, and then it would open. Now, obviously, I didn't put enough glue on there, so I'll go back and put more glue on there. But then I can go and put my tools on. So let me just put a little more glue. Now, I could put these on the other side, but I would have to have not put these on there, okay? So consider that when you're putting and you're decorating the piece, where the actual fold is going to go, okay? All right. So now I can take my wrench. I'm going to have to put a little more glue on this because it's starting to dry. And put the wrench inside. Okay, and the screwdriver goes in here too. Oops, there's a little piece cut out. Okay. There we go. See? Then there are some pieces that go onto the front. So there's this that have the handles. I'm trying to think of, oh yes. And then there's in gray, the handles go on here. So let's do that. First we'll put the glue onto the actual handle, and this handle has a score line right here, so it's going to lift up like this. Of course, you're going to do that after the glue is set or before you put the glue on, but there you go, just like that. All right. All right, so there's that, and we're going to just glue. Not the handle part, but just glue on the back of this. And where's my other piece? I'm going to fold it first. Then I can do the glue and add the piece later. Okay. All right, almost done. So there's our card. There's how it works. You see that? And the little handles come out like this as well. All right, so let's see. We got to put together the 3 tools and the belly band, and then we'll be done with this. So let's do the belly band first. Very simple. It's 2 pieces, the yellow and the black, just like that. I love the fact that they made the edge of that one just like that. And just going to put a little bit of glue here so that it will attach. All right. Okay. Whoops. There we go. I'm going to let that dry before I put it on and work on the 3 tools. You see, I kept all the cutouts here only because I was like, I didn't want to cut them. Just like when I did the cats and stuff, I didn't want to throw them away. Okay, so here's the hammer. It's got 2 pieces, this and this. And the pliers are 3-piece. Where are the pieces for the pliers? So with 3 pieces, this piece goes here. And then this is the other handle. And where is the top part? There it is. Like this. This. And then the wrench. So just glue those together. A lot of gluing. But end result, really cute. Okay, so my wrench is done. I'm going to pop that in there. And my hammer next. Okay. And then these are all just little pieces that came out of from the cutting of the side panels and the bottom panel. And if you wanted to give this, but you didn't want to give it as a Father's Day gift, maybe like a new house gift, you could just change up the bottom piece there. For sure, you could change up the bottom piece. You know, happy housewarming. Somebody bought a fixer-upper or something. Kind of cute. Okay, so there is our pliers. So they all go in there. Just like that. They fold up like this. And then your belly band has 2 folds. Just like this at the 2 and just after the 5. So close it up. Flip it over and then put a little tiny bit of glue here. Now, here I did notice that there were like a little bit, in the next one I'm going to show you, like you might have to train the paper a little bit on the edges there. But there is your completed card. A Home Depot card, yes, perfect, right? So there's the second one. Now the third one, I did cut a few steps. The third one is, I did put all the chocolates together. Is cute, but it's small. And if you can help it, try to use thinner paper, because it's smaller. I had a few problems here with the folds. Okay, so there is that. It has this little thing that you can put your little thing in there, and there's the chocolates inside. Really cute. Doesn't just have to be for Valentine's Day. And it has that adorable belly band that's like an arrow. Okay, so this is our main piece, but you notice it's a little bit smaller than turn it this way because you can see the scoring. So here is the side piece, so just go ahead and score it. And in this case, I would definitely recommend that you double, score it on both ways. And we're actually going to put these pieces, these fancy pieces, on the outside because it's part of the outside of the box. So score it really well here, okay? And do it the opposite way. It will make sense when you get to that part, okay? So really good. All right. And then the side goes like this with the heart that way. So do that on both sides. Okay. And then here we've got the bottom piece. Let me turn it this way. So it folds down. We've got our little triangle right there, right? So it gets folded like that. But instead of this being here, like we did before, these are going to be on the outside. So we want to make sure that we really score these well. Okay. All right. So same sort of technique, although I did glue the candy, the chocolates down. So let's put this together. First of all, here is the little sentiment thing, place for your little message. And do include a message. It's always nice. And then I have all my chocolates, which they consist of 2 colored chocolate. So some of them are milk and with a dark chocolate stripe. Look at the hearts. How adorable is that? So there's quite a few of those. We'll glue those in. The belly band is just this red piece that you will match up. You have to match up these little slices right there, okay? And that's so that we can close it correctly. All right. See how they're matched up there? We need that there. And this I could probably use my ultra tip, but I'm not. This is how I get glue all over my surface. That's okay. I'm going to use Glue Gone. Goo Gone. Goo Gone? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have all the innards and the belly band done. So let's put this together. So the way that this is going to go, right, is we're going to fold it this way. This is going to come up. These are going to go on the side. But you can, if you wanted to, put your candies in there first. And there's also a couple of cutouts here for the sides, which I did in like this glittery thing. Oops. Actually, I put this on wrong. Okay, because the rounded edge goes here, okay? These pieces will then go here. You see that? So the heart actually folds right here. And then you'd put it on here and on here, okay? So let's do that. Get that going. We'll save the chocolate for putting in last, I guess, because, well, it doesn't matter. We could do it now if we wanted to. Fold and fold and glue. It's all about folding and gluing, isn't it? All right, here we go. All right, so now we have most of it decorated. We don't have the chocolates in there, but you could put them in, and you could decide to just leave them hanging around if you wanted to, or you can just glue them in some sort of order. Actually, I think I have an extra piece in here. I do have an extra piece in there that I didn't get into the other ones. But you could put them in like, I don't know, 3, 2, and 3. Like that. Just glue those all in there. Like a Whitman's, or as my dad would call it, a Whitmore chocolate box. He always called it Whitmore for some reason. My dad would always keep his chocolates in his sock drawer. I don't know why. I think it was because he was trying to keep us away from it. So funny. Because he really valued them. It's not like chocolate today where, like, All right, so then we're going to put the glue here. And do this really well because this needs to really stick really well, okay? So we'll put it here and on this side as well. And I know a lot of people can't stay. Oop, I did this wrong. Well, no, I like it this way. All right, so we're going to fold it like on here. I like it this way, actually. Yeah, that looks good that way. All right, and the same thing here. I know everybody has to leave because we're kind of going long today. We've been going long all week. So this is the way that it would go. You would do it this way. Folds in like this. See that? Folds in like this. Make sure you put your little thing inside. And the belly band goes like this around the heart. You can do it either way, but it then tucks into those little cutouts like this. There you go. All right, so that is all three. I just didn't finish this. That's all three of these cards. There's this one that we just did. There's the Father's Day toolbox that we did, and the picnic basket with all the goodies on the inside, including our broccoli, picnic broccoli. Okay, thanks everybody that could stay, and if you couldn't stay, that's okay. You can catch the replay on YouTube, or you maybe just got the gist of them. They're all three the same kinds of folds, so I call these surprise inside. And remember, we got them from the Crazy Cool or the Crazy Cute image sets that are in Design Space and are free to access subscribers. And let's see, I will see you again tomorrow night for the Zoom call, and then also again on Sunday for our Sundays with Cricut Joy. And let's see, I think that's it. That's gonna, oh, and I will do a wrap up of all of the videos we did this week so that you can see, if you missed anything, you'll be able to see all of the great cards we did this week. Thanks everybody for coming and staying with me. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.